back Sunday morning. Sunday morning for last 20 years. I think there are many people who are attending for last 20, 25 years. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter-wise summary, and we are on the concluding chapter, that is the 18th chapter, Moksha Sanyasa Yoga. Very, very important chapter because it summarizes all concepts of the Bhagavad Gita. One of the chapter which gives brilliant analysis of action. In various ways it diagnoses action. That is the highlight of uniqueness of 18th chapter. Most difficult thing in our life is to give up. Because all the time, knowingly, unknowingly, I am thinking, what am I going to get? What am I getting rather than what am I giving? So, how to renounce? What to renounce? What are the steps to renounce? And the moment we renounce what is unwanted, there is peace and happiness. That is instant. Instant proof. So let us renounce our comfort zone and prepare ourselves to sit straight. Head, neck, backbone straight. This is very important because body basically wants comforts. If I am sitting, I want to have backrest. If I have backrest, then I want to lie down. If I want to lie down, I want bed, then I want AC. So, doesn't like sitting straight. Then the mind always want to go in the past and future. So let us bring the mind in the present moment by letting go all experiences what we had in life, because what is more important is that what I have learned from the experience. What I have learned from my school, college, marriage, job, business experience, that is more important. Let us withdraw our mind from all future anxieties, worries, especially spiritual sadhaks who know what is Brahman, what is God. It's all God's creation. He is the father. Children, don't worry when father is there or mother is there, same. Let us let go all tensions, confusions in the present moment and focus on the breath, which is God given. Just observing inhalation, exhalation for some time can make the mind peaceful and concentrated. Only a peaceful and concentrated mind can understand the essence of this knowledge. Information I can have, but when the mind is subtle, sharp, peaceful, not attached anywhere, not thinking about past and future, has the ability to grasp maximum in the present moment, because life happens in the present moment. Whatever is past and future is mental creation. Let us invoke God's grace and Guru Parampara's blessings by chanting loudly. When we chant loudly, there are many things happen. With sound vibrations, a lot of healing is happening. I am invoking the highest. My focus comes on the chanting. And if I can understand the meaning of what I am chanting, that essence also is absorbed. Chekarji, little loudly and come near to the speaker.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
Gajananam Bhutaganaatisevitam Kavittajamboofalataritam Umasutam Shokavinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Pankajam Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhe Bhavatu Me Sada अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चिन्मयं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं वसुदेवसुतं देवं तं सचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम्.
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekhar. So we are doing chapter-wise summary and we are on the concluding chapter, that is the 18th chapter, Moksha Sanyasa Yoga, where Lord is now giving final touches and asking Arjuna to get up and fight. But with a difference. So indirectly, Lord is telling us that please do not run away from situation. or a person or an object. Whatever situation you are into right now, be into it. There are many people who are married doing job and business, but what is the difference of a person who has studied Bhagavad Gita, who is also a grihastha or a job and business, that he practices this, what? Renunciation. Not renunciation of job, family, business, but renunciation steps. So Arjuna has asked one question in the beginning, that what is the difference between Tyaga and Sannyasa? And what is the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas of this? So these two questions Lord is addressing in detail. So we will see what is the stepwise process for us and why we have to do, because the moment we do renunciation of something what disturbs us, then it will give us peace. The moment we are doing action in a particular way, the action will give us joy itself, peace itself, and we don't have that thought of run away from the situation, whatever we are into. So, a very great secret Lord is giving is that how to remain unentangled, how to remain peaceful, how to remain joyous amidst whatever situation I am into. What is that secret of doing that action? Lord is telling Arjun that even if you fight and kill your relatives, this will give you peace of mind, joy. And what is the stepwise process of renunciation? There are 3 steps. So we will see what is the summary till now, what we have covered. So how to not get bound, and why this question is important, because we remember Arjun's questions in the first chapter and worries that if I fight this war, I will get bound, I will get naraka, I will get papa, I will get sorrow, I will be suffering. Many people think that, this situation right now I'm into, this is creating suffering, sorrow. But here Bhagavan is saying, no, you have not understood the point of renunciation. What you have to renounce? You don't have to renounce the situation. You have to renounce something else, and that will lead to moksha. What is moksha? Permanent unbroken happiness. Liberation from what? Liberation from 4 things. Bhaya, fear, liberation from sorrow, liberation from delusion, and krodha, anger. Bhaya, krodha, moha, and shoka. So what is a stepwise formula for renouncing? First, I must know which actions to be performed and which actions I should not perform. So there are only 3 actions I must remember. This I must by heart all the time. This should be back at the background when I am doing actions from day to day. What are the 3 actions? Niyata karma. What is the duty, what I have to do towards my body, towards my mind, towards my intellect, towards my family, towards my nation, towards my job, towards my business. Second, kamya karma. This is a very, very important point. Even though, when we read entire Karma Yoga, this point is missed out. I must be able to distinguish clearly between what is kamya karma and what is niyata karma. What is my duty and what is not my duty. So I must ask regularly, is it my duty to see WhatsApp? No. Is it my duty to talk right now? No. Is it my duty to do this? No. Whatever that I am doing, then that is kamya karma. So distinguishing between kamya karma means any action which is prompted by ego and egocentric desire, which is prompted by like, dislike, is kamya karma. And then the third is Nishiddha karma, prohibited action. These three I must be clear by end of 18th chapter. What is niyata karma? Niyata karma means nitya and naimittik karma. What is kamya karma? What is desire prompted action? Is it my duty? If it is not my duty, then I will not do, because then my mind will remain peaceful. And what is nishiddha karma, which the consequences are not going to be good for. Nishiddha karma means there are no do's and don'ts. Like it is like, suppose outside temperature is 45 degree. Not going directly under sunlight is nishiddha karma. Tomorrow is my exam. Today I don't have to eat ice cream and watch TV and go out with friends and go out to picnic. That is nishiddha karma for that goal. If there is no goal, then there is no nishiddha karma. So for spiritual sadhak, the goal is peace of mind. And the second, concentration of mind. Know what should be the attitude behind action. Attitude must be that this is an opportunity for me to serve, and through this I am going to final result of this action must be peace of mind. How to deal with the result of actions? Accept. Whenever we find there is irritation, frustration, anger in people, they are not able to accept their own self. They are not able to accept relationships. They are not able to accept people as they are. They are not able to accept situation as they are into. They are constantly cribbing, complaining about, no, I should have got better parents. I should have got better spouse. I should have got better house. I should have got better place of birth. I should have been having this. So not accepting. Non-acceptance is one of the big practice I have to master to overcome acceptance. Acceptance means not tolerance. I just say, this is it. This is it. This person is like this now. I don't want to change that person, but I will now find out a way to deal with this person which will give me peace of mind. So, Bhagwan is not talking about, again, important distinction between abandonment and renunciation. Renunciation means sannyas. I don't have to abandon a person because I don't like. I don't have to abandon a family because I don't like. I don't have to abandon a relationship because I don't like. I don't have to abandon a job. I have to renounce. What I have to renounce? Attachment, insistence, resistance, like dislikes. Very, very important distinction. I'm inviting all of us to write down and think over it. As Guruji says, karma is not very easy to understand. God is very easy to understand. Then the second, Vividisha Sannyas, then grow and focus. Once I am able to practice the first step. So Bhagwan is telling Arjun that you do want to directly go to the second step. Some people, no, I want to just give up family life now, job life, I want to go in ashram and stay. It is not going to work, because there also I will start disliking food, disliking people's behavior, disliking this should be like this, the room should be like this, service should be like this. Then the whole problem happens because I have not practiced first step. So what is second step? Grow and focus. Know who you are and who you are not. I am not body, mind, intellect. My nature is Atma, who is Satchidananda. That clarity must be there. Then know who is doing the action. What are the 5 factors we saw in the last session? Body, pranas, then instruments, mind, intellect, memory, then the doer, and then the cosmic forces, Daivam. All these 5 have to come together for action to happen, and say, no, I am doing action. I only do everything. Nobody does anything. At home only, I am only working. In office, I am only working. In some missionary work, I am only working. Nobody is working. But here Bhagavan says that who is doing at that action? Who is that I? And that distinction, suppose I am not able to figure out, then Bhagavan says, in the last session we saw in the 17th and 18th verse of 18th chapter, clearly mentioning that this is the cause of bondage. Yasya naham kruto bhava. The moment I say that I am doing, who is that I do not know. I am suffering, I am suffering, I am happy, I am happy, I am bonded, I am bonded. So know how the bondage happens. Bondage happens when I give doership. I have to listen carefully because next topic Bhagavan is taking related to this now. So how to liberate? Shravan Manan. I must increase. It should not be Sunday to Sunday morning only. And it should not be only Shravan. I must discuss about it. I must talk about it. What did I understand? Is that understanding correct? Because after Sunday class, again the book is closed and then next Sunday. So Gurudev says our religion is not Sunday to Sunday. So we have that 3 times, morning, afternoon, evening, Gayatri mantra. That is remembrance of who am I, what is my duty. And the third step, Vidvat Sanyas. What is Vidvat Sanyas? Now I have given up result of action, anxiety for result of action, insistence, resistance on result of action. Not that I am not giving, I should not have desire to do action, but I am giving up the result, anxiety for it, insistence for it, resistance for it, not the result. Very, very important point. Then I give up like dislikes and then I say now I want to take the final jump, pole vault, giving up the sense of individuality. Enlightenment, moksha means shifting from person to presence. Shifting from personal self to spiritual universal self. Oh, realize I am not this person, I am just presence. So one topic is over here. Now the next topic Bhagavan is taking is that, okay, you have given this action, types of action, 3 results of action we saw. Pleasant result, unpleasant result and mixed results. Then we saw various factors because of which action happens. But then what is the impulse of actions? How desire is created? Many people, this discussion I have with many people. People say once I go to a mall, then the desire is created. No, now we will going to analyze that there are various factors through which desire is created. So every action needs impulse, motivation, intention and desire. Very important. Behind every action, there has to be a thought. And behind every thought, one question I must ask myself, that where do these thoughts come from in my mind? The thoughts comes from impulse, needs, motivation, intention, desire, and the frequency of these changes. Sometimes I may just have a thought of having gulab jam, but it is not very intense. The second is very intense. The third is like, they say a line on the water, a line on earth, and then there is a, groove which is created by cement. So behind every action, there is a thought. Behind every thought, there has to be a desire, intention, motivation. And now we are going to take up this analysis at how it happens. There cannot be an action without a desire. Even to just lift my hand, there has to be a thought. So why am I born? There has to be a desire because life means action. So a spiritual sadhak not only focuses on what actions people are doing, what is the behavior, but behind that, what is my thought process? Behind that, what is my desire? So today we got one secret that behind every action, there has to be a thought. Behind every thought, there has to be an desire. Gita does not say do action without a desire. Very important point. Many people think spiritual sadhaks means you should not have coffee, you should not enjoy, you should not go to a restaurant, you should not get married, you should not do job, you should not do business, you should not enjoy. Gita says do action for purifying mind for God's happiness. Whatever. So job, business, family, the purpose is to purify. So I must ask myself that suppose I am married for 20 years or not married, whether my mind has become more cheerful, more peaceful, more joyous after marriage or before marriage it was more joyous. Now I have done job for 30, 40 years. Before job, whether my mind was peaceful, joyous, cheerful, or after retiring. If I do not practice this Karma Yoga, the result is very evident. There is a research done that when people's interviews were taken, they say, no, no, I have become more and more bitter than better. After doing job for 40 years, there is more stress, there is more illness, there is more BP, there is more, heart trouble. Because job is creating stress. No, 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 no. Family is creating stress. No, no. This business is creating stress. Absolutely no. One who has read Bhagavad Gita says that job, family, business, or anything doesn't create stress. It is my attachment which creates stress. It is my insistence on results creates stress. It is my resistance to accept what is it creates stress. Stress is one word for everything. Anxiety, all problems, psychosomatic problem, physical problem. They say that 85 to 90% of the problems one is facing at the physical level are psychosomatic. Just by negative thinking, one creates those. If a person is constantly worried, constantly fearful, constantly anxious, that will create problem in the body because the mind is located throughout the body. Gita says, do not do action for personal gain. This will create bondage. So when I purify my mind, after the action is over, my mind is more peaceful. What a beautiful thing. Peaceful means joyous. In our Shastra, Sukha Shanti. New methodology to explain above essence now Bhagavan is taking through Jnanam Neyam Parijnata Trividha Karma Chodana Karanam Karma Karteti Trividham Karma Sangraha. So what causes, inspire, motivates the action? Trividha Karma Chodana. And what are the constituents of action? Trividha Karma Sangraha. What is the essence we have to remember? This is very important because these topics are so interesting that I get so much, entangled into this topic. We must study this topic, but what is the essence? The self, that is the Atma, is not the cause nor the constituents or effect of any action. I am the self. But right now we are studying the body, the mind, the intellect, the ego, and how they operate. Very, very beautiful analysis. Jnanam, Neyam, Parijnata. This I have to listen very carefully. Very, very interesting distinction how the desire is created. What are the sources through which the desire comes? So there are three. What is the force behind action? Three impulses, triggers to action. Jnanam, Neyam, Parijnata. That is the Jnata. What does it mean? Jnanam, first, knowledge. Jnanam means knowledge. Without knowledge, desire cannot be created. Please think over this. Some people say, no, no, the desire is created because of the object. No, object cannot create desire. Knowledge can create desire. Second, knowledge of what? Object. Object also is one of the source. The second part is the object. But who has understood this? Who has the desire? Jnata, knower. So now we'll analyze this. This is very interesting, taking an example. So you can replace coffee with a person, situation, anything. So how does the desire arise? Here we'll take one example of coffee because it's morning time and there are some people who are fond of their own coffee, filter coffee. So how does the desire arise? From the object, neyam. Example, coffee. So coffee here is the object. So the desire can be created from the object. But that's not the only thing. Most of people think that, actually I don't have desire, but moment I see it, the desire comes. So it comes from object, but there are two other factors. From knowledge Actually, knowledge is the main cause from where the desire comes. Suppose somebody shows me coffee, I will not have that desire. I will only have perception. But somebody says, oh, this coffee is so nice. This is one of the best coffee in the world. And then they show this, sitting and sipping coffee in a garden, and then they will show on the TV the advertisement, and this image comes. Oh, and then I take my coffee. Then people, use this sentence. I like my coffee in my cup and my way. And then morning time, that my tea, my coffee, my cup, my time, my chair, and they will sit next to the window and my vision, and that is what I enjoy. So this creates kind of a kind of perception that this coffee gives me happiness. Then once I have coffee, then we have to listen carefully now. There is a impression left over in my mind that this is the coffee. Then many people whom I have met, they don't like any other coffee outside. They will like only their coffee. Because now what? I'm comparing all coffees with the impression left in my brain, in my mind. This is the real coffee. This should be that much hot. It must have this much chicory. It must have, this much freshness. It must have this much milk, this much sugar, and this much the coffee decoction. So that samskar creates desire. So I am sitting here, I have closed my eyes, there is no coffee smell, there is nothing, but after some time that thought will start coming in my mind. Oh, I want a coffee now. So that is coming from my past experience, and this I have to keep in mind, because further when we do deeper analysis of happiness, I must have experienced happiness. So I'm wanting happiness from outside. I'm comparing this sense object happiness with my Atma happiness, Vishayananda with Atmananda. And so Vishayananda cannot give happiness at all. So once I have tasted that, at Kumbhakolam degree coffee, filter coffee, then I don't like any coffee. And then you should listen Gurudev's video. Gujarati coffee, sugar or sugar. No, milk or milk. Then this Punjabi coffee. Punjabi coffee, milk or milk, sugar is sugar. Gujarati coffee is sugar. And then South Indian coffee, they want strong, more decoction, little water and little milk and little sugar. So that memory it has gone into. So I have a memory of Paramananda. So I can never be happy with Vishayananda. Please note this. From the knower, now third, when these two are happening, I want to have coffee experience is the jnata. So there are three sources of desire. One is object, one is knowledge, and one is the knower. And once that jnata resolves that I want to have coffee experience, replace coffee with I want to have this person experience, I want to have this picture experience, I want to have this restaurant experience, I want to have this place experience. In WhatsApp, in YouTube, I have seen this place, it is looking so nice. Then two people tell me that, have you gone to this place? It is very beautiful. Then the thought starts coming. Then people read books. He lived with God, God lived with him, and then there is a desire of going to all those places which are mentioned of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Like we went to see after reading the book. And today in WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, there are 100 things coming which can increase desire. And I'm just sitting peacefully. Suddenly somebody says, and I start feeling miserable that I have not experienced this. The Guruji says, some people go to Canada and come back. Then when they come back, some people ask them, oh, you went to Canada? Oh, yes. Did you see Niagara Fall? Yeah, I saw it. From where did you see Niagara Fall? From USA side or Canada side? No, actually, I saw from Canada side. Oh, you did. You missed from USA side. Then again, I feel incomplete. Oh, I went to Canada. Saw Niagara Fall, but I didn't see. And somebody goes to Agra. Did you see Taj Mahal? Yeah, I say. But did you see Taj Mahal on full moon day? Oh, no, I went on 15th or 16th day. That time it was, half moon and you missed. Then again I feel miserable, incomplete. And without that, so this all things are coming through knowledge. And then there is an object. And then this jnata says, I want it. I want to experience it. So what is experience? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Because that is the only thing what world can offer. Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch, Rupa, form, taste, and then smell. These are the only 5 available things that constitutes experience. And then when that desire comes in the jnata that I want to experience, I want to go. No, I'm not interested now in reading about it. I want to go there. When action happens through 3 things, karma chodana, that is 3 constituents for action to happen. Karta, doer. I become doer, enjoyer of coffee experience. Karnam, instrument. I use my intellect. Intellect and mind to have coffee, and karma, I take action to have coffee experience. So, jnanam, neyam, jnata, and then karta, karanam, karma. So there are 6 factors. What a beautiful analysis. We never think, we just get up and have coffee. That's all. So Lord reduces the 3 factors to karta, jnanam, karma. So I'll just cover up. You can, if you have any questions, you can later on ask or you can think over this. For any experience to happen, 3 factors are required. Jnata becomes the karta, doer experience. Jnanam becomes the neyam, object experience. And karma through karanam, experiencing. So that is experiencer, experienced, and experiencing. So for any experience to happen, there should be 3 things coming together. But the whole problem is I never ask who is the experiencer. No, I is the experience. Who is this I? So what are the 3 things? Gurudev explains this so beautifully. He says we wear 3 hats during the day. Sometimes I become jnata, I want it. Then I becomes karta, I am the doer, and then the doer becomes the bhokta. Knower, doer, enjoyer. This is all the process going on throughout the life. So our life process is diagnosed by Lord. What is the process? Either I am the knower. Right now I am just knowing this scripture. Then I become doer. Then I do upasana. Then I become the enjoyer of the bliss in samadhi. That is for spiritual sadhak. For other time, I know something, then I do something, then I become enjoyer of that. So I need 3 things: action, instruments, objects. What is the impulse to my action? Knowledge, known, knower. What are the constituents to get result? Doer, instruments, action. Now you might say this is so confusing, but we should remember 3 words: experiencer, experiencing, experienced. Main point to understand in above analysis, very, very important point. Because it is so fascinating that I forget what Bhagavan is making the point here and telling Arjun now that are you seeing now what is going to happen in this war? You are going to do actions, but you don't have any desire to kill them. You don't have desire to rule on Hastinapur. Because who are you? The real I is unattached to all these things. Jnata, karta, bhokta. This is the core point. A person who thinks that I am the knower, I am the doer, and I am the enjoyer is about to get bound and feel miserable. I am not the doer and enjoyer. I am not an individual. I am uninvolved in all actions. I remain unattached to results of action. Ishtam, anishtam, mishram. I have no guilt, anger, frustration, irritation as bhava. So how to do action without any residue? My base bhava of feeling is love and peace towards all. That remains because that is the bhava of Atma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Sat Chit Ananda. Love, peace, compassion for all. That is a bhava of Atma. The moment I forget that I am Atma, what will be bhava? I am doer. Sorry, I am knower. I am doer. I am enjoyer. Enjoyer of what? Enjoyer of, suppose I get unpleasant result, I am enjoyer of that also. Enjoyer means experiencer of that result. So I have to shift from I am the knower, doer, enjoyer to I am the illuminator of this. And that is what we saw in the 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Understanding this knower of the self, I am the illuminator, is liberated from all sorrow. So while fighting this war, always remember that you are the illuminator, you are not the karta, you are not the knower, you are not the bhokta, you are not the jnata. So now listen with attention. Now I am going to take sattva, rajas, tamas of three things. What are the three things? Knowledge, jnanam, actor, that is the doer, and the action. What is sattvic knowledge? What is rajasic knowledge? Tamasic knowledge. What is, who is a sattvic karta? Who is a rajasic karta? Who is a tamasic karta? And what is again repeated? What is the essence of sattvic karma, rajasic karma, tamasic karma? Above three are in different proportions in all of us, which creates our vasanas. Same world we are living, but our experience is different. Our behavior is different. Our interaction is different. Our reaction is different. Our knowledge is different. Our memory is different. And this happens because of the three gunas, because my knower, doer, and enjoyer and the karma, they are all different. Why? Not for judgment of others, but for self-analysis, we will do sattva, rajas, tamas of knowledge. Sattva, rajas, tamas of ego, that is the karta bhava, and sattva, rajas, tamas of action, which we have studied 6. Out of that, we have come to 3, and these 3 we are doing SRT analysis. Knowledge, desire, action. This is the process in all our life. There will be knowledge, there will be desire, and there will be action. So, knowledge precedes desire. And that is one of the reasons why we have to study Puranas, listen to God stories. The more we listen about God, the more we listen about moksha, the more we listen about peace and joy, the more desire will be there to have that. The more we are entangled with people who have different desires, then we will start feeling, oh, no, I want to have that. And what are the 5 things? Because where actions are prompted, we had seen earlier, first is insecurity. Second is money. Third is power. Fourth is pleasure. And 5 is fame. All my actions are prompted for either of the 5 at some point of time. Insecurity, money, power. Comparatively easy to give up. Then what is not very easy to give up? Pleasure. We know Vishwamitra story. And then the last thing which goes, desire for fame, appreciation, recognition. That's the reason people say, मैं रहूं ना रहूं, मेरा नाम रहना चाहिए. Desire for what? My name. So today I think we'll close early because this is a separate topic of sattva, rajas, and tamas of knowledge. But today's topic is very important to actually do Manan after this class is over. So our class is till 8:30. I would invite all of you to do Manan on the topic of how the desire is created, and sit and then close my eyes and see what all desires I have, whether it is coming from the Jnata, whether it is coming from Neyam, that is the object, or whether it is coming from the Karta, what are the instruments. And then 6 becomes 3. So how that 6 has become 3, I must be clear. And when I'm sitting now and closing my eyes at a certain age, at a certain time, my most of the desires are coming from my past memories, especially for senior citizens, because I am not into action, I am not going outside. All my desires and thoughts are coming from the impressions left over by various things what I've experienced, good or bad. So that is called as Manan. And once I know this, then I shift and say that I am not this, I am the illuminator of this. Thank you very much. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.